Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sunday, a top-rated plus Upwork freelancer. I have made thousands of dollars on Upwork and I'm here to help you make the same. If you are still struggling with getting your first job on Upwork, irrespective of where you're watching from, this video is tailor-made to be a solution to that specific problem. So after this video, I strongly believe that you should be able to get your first job on Upwork if you follow through from the beginning to the end of this video, because I'll be sharing some tips and tricks that you need to pay attention to. So from my findings, I know freelancers send about 30 to 50 proposals before getting their first job on Upwork if you are applying to jobs from Nigeria or some other countries. But if you are applying from a country like the US, United Kingdom, or Canada, you should be expecting to send in the region of 10 to 20 proposals to get your first job on Upwork. Why is it so? I will be explaining that later in this video. So in this video, I'll teach you things to help you get your first client faster. So let's jump right to it. Number one, get a review. The fact that your profile doesn't have a review is a reason why some clients will not hire you. I understand you are a beginner. That's why you might need to take extra measures to get a review on your profile. I didn't have to do this for my profile. Yes, so if you keep pushing in the right proposals and you have the right set of skills, you may not necessarily need to do what I'm about to tell you. But if you have sent out proposals, you've improved your proposal and do every other thing and it's still not forthcoming, get a review. Speak to a family or friend who has a job for you or a task for you. Tell that family or friend to hire you via Upwork. You can do the work and can be rest assured that you will get a 5-star review from your family or friend. So their review and feedback will send a positive signal to prospective clients that you deliver good jobs on Upwork. If you have clients off Upwork already, you might want to persuade some of your clients who work with you offline to work with you on Upwork and pay you. Since you have a degree of relationship with them, there is a high likelihood that they're going to give you very good reviews on Upwork. Number two, jazz up your sample. Have multiple samples, that is, different samples for different types of jobs. For example, if you write biographies for people and then you write poems for people's special day, don't send the same samples to those two different clients. So have different samples for different types of job under your niche. I understand some of you are beginners and you don't have samples of real projects you've done. So if you take a course, a tech course, probably project management, during your course, you must have done some practical works. So those practical work can be presented as your sample on Upwork. Then one thing about sample is that we must keep updating our samples as time goes on. For me, I update my sample every 6 months. Some persons update their samples every 3 months. You would update it later, but just have a sample you can start with, maybe 1 or 2 samples. Make your sample visually appealing. Show your thought process in cases where this is possible. So number 3, create a strong profile. The first thing that your clients see is your profile picture. So invest in your profile picture. Get a professional headshot for your profile picture if you mean business. If you really want to make money, it is worth it. Demonstrate to the client why you are a great fit for their projects. Ensure that you address clients' concerns. Put something in that proposal that will make clients want to respond to you. Deliberately infuse 2 call to actions in your proposal. Then to trigger clients to respond, sometimes you can ask the client a question about the project. So optimize your profile. This applies also to your proposal with relevant keywords. Apply to jobs that matches your profile. If you have not liked this video yet, please hit the like button. That's a good way to support what I do here. Then one other thing I want to talk about is your professional headline. Your professional headline should be succinct and it should contain what you do, and in some cases you might want to include who you do it for. For example, you can say you're an expert business coach for B2C companies. So you would see that you have stated what you do and who you do it for. Ensure that your profile is set to public and not private, especially for beginners. Number 4, prepare personalized proposals. For each job you apply for on Upwork, write a tailor-made proposal for that job. You can use powerful AIs like ChatGPT, Jasper.ai, but ensure that each job you're applying for has its own specific proposal. You might have some part of your proposals that are constant, that probably you copy and paste to all your proposals, but then a large chunk of your proposal should be tailor-made for that specific job. Ensure that in your proposal you address the client's concern, and your proposal should profile solutions to the client's problem, and put something in your proposal that will trigger the client to respond to you. Ask your client question and don't forget to proofread your proposal. Then always use the client's name when you can find it. I have made 3 other videos on this channel about proposals. You might want to check check them out. It's linked in the description below. Number 5, change your location. Your location might be the problem. My account is Nigeria, and many of my friends also run Nigerian accounts and are doing fine. But for people who have tried Nigerian account and it's not working for them, if your country is not working, you might want to change your location on Upwork. But this can be done in a black art way and then can be done in a legal way. So I'm going to explain how you can do it legitimately. So there are 2 ways you can do it legitimately. Number 1, travel to the country that is favorable. Like actually travel to UK, US or Canada, so you can have things like US phone number, an address, an SSN or EIN or stuff like that. But this option is quite impossible for many people right now. So the second way to do this legally is for you to open an LLC in the United States. That means for you to open a company in US. Yes, it is possible to open a company in the US from whichever country you are in right now. You can use the service of agents like Taylor Brand, Inc. Authority, First Base. You can also use Stripe's Atlas. So when you do this, you are going to have a full-fledged company in the United States and you will be able to open a bank account on Mercury.com. Then note, you can also open a bank account using Payoneer. So Mercury.com's account has more functionality than Payoneer. When you register your business entity, you get a code called an EIN code. This code is more like a TIN, tax identification number. EIN code is given by the US Tax Authority, the IRS in the United States. Registering your business in the United States gives you access to this code, EIN, Employer Identification Number. So this is the legitimate way to change your location on Upwork. Then some freelancers use black art method to change their location on Upwork, but they risk having their account suspended by Upwork because this is against Upwork's terms of service. If you are getting value from this video, please hit the like button. That is the major way you can support what I do here. Number 6, offer free trials. So if you don't have any experience, you don't have any reviews, you don't have anything on your profile that the client can trust you based on, is to offer free trials. So you can work on the project for the client. For example, if you're a video editor, you can take the footage of the client, work on a small part of it. For example, if the client wants to edit, say 100 reels videos or 100 shots, so you might say, okay, you would edit one of those videos as a test project. So when you edit that one video, you can watermark it. There are some mischievous clients on the platform who just want you to do that one. They will tell you that they have 100 projects for you, but in the real sense, it is just that one they are sending to you as a test project. So you do the test project and send it to the client. So if the client is a serious client, the client might hire you, seeing that you can actually deliver excellence on that job. But please beware, there is a very thin line between you fitting Upwork's terms of service if you do this. Number 7, be active. So when I joined Upwork, most times, even when I'm doing other things, there is one of my tab always on Upwork and I check it occasionally. So it's best if you have Upwork opened on your desktop, and it is also good that you have the Upwork app on your phone so you can check it from time to time and you are always active to signal to clients that you are always online. And when some clients are seeking out freelancers to give their projects to, they want to be sure that the freelancer is online, that you are available to respond to them immediately. Most clients are not that patient, so you want to respond to them as fast as possible and learn your competency in delivering a good service to them. Then you need to apply for jobs actively. You don't apply for one job this week and next week you apply for 10 in one day and then you don't apply again. So it's best if you apply for, say, 2 jobs, 3 jobs every day consistently. If you're actively applying for jobs on Upwork and you are actively clicking the site, the algorithm will reward you in ways like making your proposals go up in the client's list. When they check the proposals they have, you would most likely get more invites if you are active. You know, one thing I observe about Upwork, even as a top-rated plus freelancer, is that when I start applying for jobs, I get invites. If I stop applying for jobs, I don't get any invites after some time. But once I start applying for jobs again, I start getting invites. The algorithm knows. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Then when you ultimately get a response from a client, an interview or an inquiry, respond pretty fast. Because if a client asks you a question and then you did not respond after a day or after several hours, the client may move on to other freelancers. Because from the client end of things, they have multiple alternatives to you. So number 8, set a reasonable rate for your service given your experience level. Check the rate of other freelancers in your niche, then adjust it vis-a-vis your experience level relative to that freelancer. Then talking about having a competitive rate or a competitive bid price for for jobs on Upwork. As Upwork freelancers, we need a bit of psychology. So when you read the job description of some clients, you can tell that this client is budget conscious. And if you read the job descriptions of some clients, you will know that this client is quality conscious and is ready to pay your appropriate fee. So you should be able to sense that from the tone of the job description. Then on your part too, you should be flexible. For example, if your rate is $50 per hour, you might see a specific job that might be a little easier than other jobs, or a specific job that comes at a time when you really need money that you might want to take for $40 an hour. So we need to be flexible as freelancers. So before we move on to the next one, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. So number 9, in a bid to get your first job, participate in groups and forums. Ensure you're networking with other freelancers and prospective clients. There are several groups of professionals on LinkedIn. So you can join LinkedIn today and then join those groups. You can pitch your service to them on the groups or in their inboxes, but I am not a proponent of sending people DMs without establishing relationship first. And this is how I believe you can establish the relationship first. Comment on their posts for a period of time, say 2 weeks, 2 months, depending on how big the person is, until you get noticed by the person. Then you can send them a connection request, then send them a DM. At that point, you are not looking like an absolute stranger to the person. So you can join my Upwork support group. This is a place where freelancers support freelancers. Some bigger freelancers might outsource jobs to you or tell you of opportunities. You know, sometimes a client would hire a designer, and in the course of the project, the service of an animator is required. So the freelancers can easily help clients seek the service of other freelancers. So if you are interested in joining the group, simply comment below. The link will be sent to you within a few hours. Please note the link expires. So when you send a comment and the link is sent to you, please use it to join the group before it expires, because we are trying to regulate the group. Number 10, on or switch your skills. So what I mean is that if your skill level is good, you might want to make it better. Take a course, meet a professional to put you through to improve your skills level. Your profile might also position you in a niche that has very low demand. Very low demand is relative actually, because demand for different services on Upwork is constantly changing. But there are some services that the demand is known to be lower than the number of freelancers available on Upwork. Such services include administrative tasks, translation services for rare languages, for example Yoruba. It's not that there are no jobs, but these jobs are in low demand. Services for telemarketing and cold calling. These services are in demand, but the demand is low. So you might want to switch to another niche that the demand is way higher. In the community tab of this YouTube channel, I posted the services that are in high demand in 2023. So you might want to check it out. Please be exceptional at the service you offer. If you're already subscribed to this channel, please turn on notification. You can know when I put up my next videos. Then if you want to switch to a field where you don't have the expert skills for, maybe you just have the basic skills, you can click on the video in the description below to learn how to freelance without skills. So that way you can switch to a niche that is in high demand, then you know how to go about it.